Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Let me share my screen real quick. Please. And we're going to talk about text extraction from various types of documents, images, PDF files, Word files, and audio as well. So let me show you how it works, and then we talk about how it can be useful, how it can be modified, and what else can be done about it. So let me show you a few ideas. So I'm doing this in version 11 of PHP Runner. Okay. And here's an idea. So we're going to the add page, and we will start with basic image file. So this is the image file I will try to import. It is. And if I drag and drop it to here, click Save, and go to the view part of this record, you can see that all text or most of the text were extracted. Okay, let me. So most of the time it just works as expected. So this image extraction is OCR, optical character recognition. We use Google's API, and it is reliable. We also used it in one of the previous webinars, and it understands international characters as well, multiple languages. So most of the time it works really, really great. So let's go back, let's try with something else. Let's try it with a Word file. That's so just a bunch of text. Maybe it doesn't look great, but the idea is it's a text instead of a Word file, and now it's going to be searchable. So that's how my original Word file looks, and that's a bunch of questions I prepared for those customers who are willing to write a success story for us. So as far as I can see, this package doesn't really recognize what we call smart quotes. This is what Word uses by default, right? I hope you can see it. Okay, let me put it side by side so you can see both. And some of the characters it doesn't, so I had to replace it, but it doesn't matter because text is being extracted and usually it just works as well. So that's our Word file. Let's try with a PDF file. I have my Dota's old school report from like a decade ago. And when she was in Carnegie Mellon. So it's just a bunch of text. Again, it can extract it from PDF file, and there is some formulas even, not meant to be searchable, I guess. So that's the text. And I think it's pretty good. And one last one, I have a sample audio file. Let me make my speakers a bit louder so you can hear it. It's
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
I hope you can.
Quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
Anyway, and if you go back to the list page, into that page, and I drag it here. Big brown fox jump over lazy dog. Okay. So for image recognition and for audio files transcription, we use Google's API, which is a part of Google Cloud Console. And for PDF and PHP, we use PHP libraries. So we will have the same for .NET as well, obviously. So let me show you the code. So our field name is source, and we, as you remember, that we store it in JSON format. So we extract the actual name of the file right here. We make sure that file exists on a hard drive. And then based on the file name extension, we decide which part of our code to call. So this part handles image files. And for this, for OCR, we're going to use Google's API. So that's the URL region Google API's version 1 images annotate. Again, the same code that we were using in another tutorial. So we get a hold of the file, we encode the file, base64 encoding. So, and we send to Google's API. That's my API key. And we will need to use your own key, obviously. I will show you quickly what APIs you need to enable and also where to create the key. And we're sending this image there, and if we are getting a result back, if we get an error message, we will display error message. And if we get any results back, we save it in the field names parse text. With in case of a PDF, it's even easier. We just included the PDF parser library in this code, and we create an object of this parser, PDF parser. We specify path to our PDF file, and we just use a single function get text. So if you find a correct, reasonably good library for PDF parsing, and the same comes for Word documents. So it's really, really simple. So this is all the code we needed to write. It's really, really simple. So let me show you real quick where do we include these files in version 11. You probably already know that. So on the style editor screen, on the custom files, you see vendor doc. It's a bunch of files for Word documents processing, and it's a part of bigger library PHP Office. We didn't need the whole thing. We just needed what we needed to work with Word files. But if you need to, probably you can do something similar with Excel files. So probably searching for text in Excel files is not that useful because it's usually numbers, but it can be done as well. And the same thing for the PDF. It's a different library and really easy to use. As you can see, only a few lines of the code. So we edit it on the custom files and we reference it in our events code as require this file, and it loads all the dependencies for PDF parsing. And exactly the same thing for Word documents parsing. The only difference here is that if it's an older version, that's a doc file, so we create a different kind of object. And if it's Word 2007 or better, we just create a different object to part, but the rest of the syntax is the same. We load the file and we extract file and concatenate it together from a different parts of the Word document, and we also save it in the database. And audio files. Again, it's a bunch of audio file extensions, and you can obviously add more to the list if you need to. And there's a little bit of support encode, so because we need to figure out what kind of encoding is there. It's a different encoding type for different audio files, and we handle this here. And we base 64 encode the file, so it can be sent via HTTP. And we make a post and get the text back. And if we get it, we also save it here.